Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to take some of the original patterns that we've learned, you know, the very first pattern, and we're going to start showing some variations on that. So a lot of it you're already able to play. We're just going to add a few little things to kind of spice it up, or give you some stuff that kind of can change the, say, continuity of the melodic idea you're working on, or you know, maybe add melodic ideas to it, so you know it's not just a one-trick pony kind of thing. What we're going to do is we're going to start off by looking at a major scale in A, right here, at the you know, starting on the 5th string. So in other words, this is A major. When guitar players improvise and musicians improvise in general, they're drawing from all different kind of resources to create melodic lines. That's really, in my opinion, the goal of the whole thing, is to be able to make musical ideas. So a lot of guys will learn like major scales, or a lot of guys will know their pentatonic scales, and they do very well with that. But at the same time, they're not really kind of pulling in all of the stuff that they could possibly pull in to really make their guitar playing unique or interesting, or you know, maybe just be able to express themselves better. You know, it's like a language, right? So you want to be able to communicate as best you can, and enlarge the vocabulary that you have, the better you're going to be able to do that. But until then, we're going to kind of cliff notes or cheat sheet this thing a little bit to make some stuff, you know, go ahead and make some stuff usable. But the A major scale, it actually almost like sits on top of the pentatonic scale, or the pentatonic scale sits on top of it visually, if you see what I'm saying here. Actually, the pentatonic scale comes from the major scale, but that's, once again, you should go and investigate why and the hows. But basically, if you're looking at the visual aspect of the guitar, if our pentatonic scale, our country pentatonic scale, both tend to end at the A note on the E string. So that in itself could just be something to practice, going up the scale, and then down the major scale. I threw a chromatic in there, sorry about that. Alright, so these two positions, they're really interchangeable, so all of a sudden it gives you like a lot of extra really good notes to use here in this area. So let me show you kind of a combination of the major pentatonic scale and the major scale. So the first part of this is the major pentatonic scale. When I get to the octave A note on the G string at the 2nd fret, that's just the A major scale itself. So major pentatonic, major scale. And you know, I've heard people say that, you know, they call it a hybrid scale, or you know, you can do that. Whatever way is easiest for you to catalog that, so that you can actually use it in a musical situation. But what's great is now you've got a lot more note choices and tools to use under your fingers. Also want to point out something else. There is a 5th mode of a major scale, and it's called Mixolydian Mode, and it's an important mode for a lot of what I'm going to do and a lot of what I'm going to show you. So that's something else to maybe reference or find someone to kind of help you with if you need to understand what modes are. But basically, it's an A major scale with a flatted 7th degree. So this time, instead of playing the G sharp note, we would play the G note, which would give you the flat 7. So that also sits underneath the fingers there too, and depending on how you use it and how you kind of put these ideas together, you can blend all three of those very nicely and very easily over a lot of these country progressions or Telecaster style progressions or things of that nature. So that would be the major. Now I'm going to come back down to Mixolydian to the pentatonic. So they're kind of interchangeable. So you can really, once you get them under your fingers, you can do a lot of cool things with them. And anyway, so the next set of a phrase, or the next set of phrases, the variations, is going to involve that kind of concept. And we'll move on to the next phrase.